Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shack here, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Welcome back to another Mod Spotlight. Now, it's been a while since we've done a Mod Spotlight in Space Engineers. We've been doing a lot of Let's Plays, live streams on Sundays, but today we're jumping into a mod. I haven't done one of these in a long time. The last time we did a shield mod spotlight was actually spotlighting the shield mod that, like, basically everybody uses. We've been using it forever on the Sunday streams. This one, though, is pretty cool. So fair warning first, this new mod, it's a shielding mod that we're gonna be testing. It's in beta, and the reason that we're testing this, and the reason that I'm doing this video, is to drive more people over to the mod on the workshop page so we can get more people testing it to help the mod author knock out all the bugs so we have another option for shield mods. So that's the big goal here. We're gonna walk through all of the features that this mod has, how they work, and, well, probably ram a Star Destroyer because raisins, right? There it is, way over there. It was a thumbnail. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be a thing. So keep in mind, this is beta test. It may crash. Last night while testing, it crashed twice. We were able to recreate the crash using, it was like 11 rocket turrets on board that Star Destroyer while ramming into it or ramming past it with the Hammerhead gunship here. So all right, let's go ahead and give this a test, and I'll show you guys how this mod works. So if you're looking for the mod, right now it is on the workshop. Also, a link is in the description below. If I open this up here, it is called the Beta Defense Shields Mod Pack. Now, the cool thing about this mod is, let me go ahead and spawn in another ship. We'll try the smaller ship version first. We'll pop in Blinky's A-Wing real quick. We'll plop this thing here. There we go. The cool thing about this mod is, unlike the other mod, the other shield mod uses a skin-tight effect on any construct that you have built, right? So, hey, Freppy Drake, thanks for the $5, says Morning Shack. Harry, thank you so much for the 2, says 2 squid for you. One of the cool things about this, the other shield mod makes a skin-tight shield that wraps around the ship that you're defending, right? It covers it without having, like, the bubble shield, where this one actually plays out more like Star Trek The Next Generation's big, giant Federation bubble shields that defend from any enemy blocks that try to go through, or weapons fire. So here's the actual the block itself. So this is the small version of it. We'll put it on the back. Now, the cool thing about this is it has to have line of sight to the shield itself. You can't bury these in the ship because once they take enough damage, they actually go down. If you hit the maximum damage that they can absorb, it'll go down and it'll be on a 20-second timer for it to recharge and come back online. And if it's on the exterior of the ship, or has to be on the exterior of the ship, I love this concept. It gives you the opportunity to take out the shield generators. Possibly making multiplayer and fighting against enemy drones and stuff a lot more fun, because you can knock out the shield, or they can knock out your shield, and then it's all about keeping that thing alive long enough for the shield to recharge and come back online after 20 seconds. But there is a visual aspect to it. You can see it's animated. When it's charging up, it floats there, gives off an electrical discharge. Hopefully, I think when it finishes charging, I think the animation stops and it settles back down. It does have kind of a... that music's really loud. It does have kind of a Event Horizon look to it with that spinning sphere. Audio, music, we'll turn that down just a little bit. But we do have our shield online. Now, if you don't like the shield effect, and you will notice it's not your imagination, this was driving me crazy. Every couple of minutes, there's this like shield the shield shimmer that goes across. It's pretty cool. Happens only every few minutes though, so I wasn't sure at first. Like, I keep seeing something out of the corner of my eye. So let's go ahead and get on board this A-Wing. We can go into the block itself and look at the settings. Real quick, Will, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Finally got up at 9 a.m. on Sunday for this. This better be a good stream, by the way, if you got up that early. Big fan. Well, thank you so much for the 10, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's look up shields, small ship shields. Now, stacking these doesn't seem to do anything, because the way that he's got these balanced is this particular ship has 3,000 shields at the outset, and we can change the charge rate. Based on either how fast you want it to recharge or how much shield you want stored up, and it'll take it a second to recharge. Now, the way that he has balanced these shields out is, the more power output you have, I thought it was block size at first, but the more power output you have on the ship, the more shields that you can potentially have, and it automatically does it for you. So if I strap a shield generator, say, to that Hammerhead like we're gonna do later, it'll have 2-point-something million shields because that thing has a ton of reactors on it. If we stick it to the Star Destroyer, you'll find that it has like 3.5 4 million shields because of just the scale of that build and how much power it has. And then you can move those shields around based on, okay, do I want more recharge rate? Do I want to get my shields back faster? Or do I want like more shield capacity overall? I think it's a really cool system. I think it's a really neat idea to figure out, okay, you know, this ship is going to be zoom and boom, so I want him to be able to recharge his shields really quick. He zooms in, does his damage, takes a bunch of hits, flies out of range, recharges, comes back and hits again. So, all right. Fly around a little bit. And actually, let's give this thing a try. So that ship in front of me is a friendly ship. I own both of these grids. So if I come up to it, the shield shouldn't actually affect... Like, say I wanted to dock up with it on the side here. I'd modified my Hammerhead gunship here to have docking ports or something. Because it is a friendly block grid, I'm pretty sure I could fly in. And yeah, and I go right through it. So friendly grids will pass through the ship. But if we have an enemy grid, like say that Star Destroyer over there, which is probably going to shoot the crap out of me. Let's go ahead and give it a try. I shouldn't be able to pass through his grid. And I should bounce right off his shields with my own shield. So we're coming in. That thing is loaded down with a ton of weapons, so I may just get blown out of the sky since we've only got about 3,000. Yeah, here they come. Probably not gonna get close enough, but we'll see. We'll see. Come on, dip, dive. You can see the shields kicking off. They've actually got a really cool effect. Shields are down. 20 seconds until they recharge. Evasive maneuvers. 20 seconds. The shield block is still online. Come on, recharge. And we'll just slide out of the way because now we're out of range. We may have to make a unarmed... There we go. And the shield is back up and online. So, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get back. We'll head back on over to our Hammerhead gunship. We'll make an enemy block, and we'll see if it can pass through. Now, on the large ships, I haven't tested this on the small ship. I tested this on the large one. I tested this actually over on the Victory class Star Destroyer, where I made an enemy grid, put some mass blocks on it, put a gravity generator on the ship, and I had the enemy grid fall through the shield, and it bounced right off the shield and flew like off to the side, which gave me the great idea of like, all right, you can put a whole base shield down with this big bubble grid, and unlike the shield mod that we've been using on the Sunday streams, where piratey bits from drones that attack us keep falling like into our ship and around our ship and keep kind of bouncing all over the place. These will actually have them bounce off the sides and not get stuck and make a whole bunch of clanging noises. That's kind of cool. You could have that almost like planetary base shield going on. And the station shields allow you to manipulate how big the field actually is, unlike the ship versions, which automatically scale the shield to the size and the length of your ship. So, kind of cool. Let's jump out here. Let's make that enemy grid real quick. You are shut down, right, Hammerhead? You're not gonna like blow us up or anything, are you? Let me pop in here. Let's see. Turrets, missile turrets. Let's just turn you guys off. I think there's only missile turrets on board this. Yeah, so we should be all right. He says. We're doing it live. Let's just build a small grid here of enemy blocks. And see what happens when we ran into him. I do love the animations for this particular mod. You saw them briefly when I attacked that Star Destroyer. It actually responds, and it gives that cool, like, ripple effect. And if you don't like... This is one of the things that I was a little worried about. If you don't like seeing the shield all the time, you actually can go into it, go to shield, drop down, hide allied shield view, and boom, you don't see it anymore. You will see when it's recharging, it'll do that ripple effect every once in a while, but you won't see the shield all the time, because the shield shouldn't affect you if it's a friendly grid. You should be able to pass right through it. Okay, we got power on this thing. We do. Let's do a shield. Let's do a not a station shield. Actually, yeah, we'll slap a station shield on this. Large ship shield are only allowed, not stations. Right. Because this is considered a ship right here. Let's just make it an enemy grid and see if we can have it bounce off of us. I want to test this. So, control panel should just bounce right off. Space Pirate faction, yes. You're not going to shoot it, right? Good. Get into our slightly damaged, slightly used A-Wing. Only a little bit. We'll actually grab the block so we can turn our shields on and off. Now let's turn them back on so we can see them. Shield system. Turn you back online. We got 3,000 shields for max HP right now. I don't think there's any kind of script yet to actually see, like, on screen how much shields you've got left. I'll probably add that later. And let's just give this a little bit of... Let's see if this passes through. Bump. Because it's an enemy grid, it doesn't pass through anymore. So that's cool. You can dock with friendly ships and not have to turn your shields off. But when it comes to enemy grids that are coming at you or trying to ram you, like certain corrupt... The corrupt mod with all the drones that has. It's got those ramming drones and those explosive drones, those grinding drones. This would actually defend you against them. Let's run into it again. You can actually see the shield kicking off there. And if we look at the shield damage, I bet we will find, yep, we're at 36%. Now, when I was testing this against the Star Destroyer, and you guys who were in slightly distressed, yeah, Tex. The A-Wing is slightly distressed. You guys who were watching me test this over on Twitch last night, you noticed that I was wondering about balance because I was sitting in the Hammerhead and we had a shield online. I'm just gonna let that bit fly off there. Look at my power generation too. Because the shield is recharging, it is eating almost max power. And I think it's designed to use up whatever power you've got extra. It's gonna push it almost to 100% and take all of that energy for itself. So keep that in mind before you go into combat. When it wants to recharge, it's really gonna go through your power. Looks like we're recharged. Let's check and see if that's the case, because our power generation is, yeah, we're 100%. That's nice. But anyways, we were testing out the Hammerhead, and we were talking about balance, and what I didn't know was I put a shield generator on that thing. It had a ton of shields, and we went after the Star Destroyer, but this time with only its Gatling cannons. And it had like 6 Gatling cannons firing full bore at the Hammerhead, and it could not pierce the shields. And to my surprise, I didn't know this, but the rockets do 5 times damage compared to the Gatling cannons. So he's trying to balance the shield, but it's tough to do because the Gatlings don't do nearly as much damage. You can actually see the shield on that ISD flickering every once in a while. That's cool. That's really cool. So when are you gonna do a Rogue One on that Star Destroyer? We'll do it at the end of the stream. We will ram that sucker at the end of the stream. I want to play around a little bit more with some of the settings here. So the shield device itself is completely colorable. You can color, not the shield, sadly. The shield effect does not have the ability to color it. Maybe he'll add that later. I know that was something that's been requested and asked about multiple times on the Twitch stream we did. At least not that I'm aware of. Let's put on a reactor on this. We're gonna put a shield generator station version this time. So we're gonna turn you into a station. Info, convert to station, so stay put. And let's put the shield generator on here. Now you can imagine doing this with, there we go, station. There is a difference between the two. You can imagine doing this. Oh, what's their cost for this? 1 radio communication component, 50 computers. Wow, it's actually relatively cheap. I wonder if he hasn't balanced that yet. Because that's pretty cheap. So there's our shield. Now I didn't even think about this. The coolest thing about having a station shield, or even just a large ship shield, is you can park inside it with your fleet. I didn't even think about that. It doesn't have to use up any extra power, and you can just park your ships inside. Like the Hammerhead right here is about half inside the shield and half outside the shield. That's cool. As long as it's a friendly block, because you don't want to mess that up or you're gonna ram dead into the ship. Can you get rid of the lightning? Sadly, no. I thought the lightning animation was temporary, only when you were charging, but it doesn't look like it is. Let's strap a shield generator, a ship shield, not a station shield, to this, the Hammerhead. And it has to be on the exterior, by the way. Let's bring that online, and let's see if that constantly sits there, making the electric effect. Part of me says, I wish I could turn the electric effect off. Part of me likes it because it gives away the position of the shield generator. So if you have, say, AI drones in your match, or you're playing multiplayer, once the multiplayer functionality of this comes out, I want to be able to identify where your shield generator is, because during a fight, we may want to launch fighters, go after that shield generator, and take it out once the shield hits its, its max cap and shuts down. So, missed a couple of donations there real quick. Will, thank you for the $5 donation, supporting the channel, keeping us going. We're going to get to the ramming of the Star Destroyer a little bit later. Matthew, thank you for the $10. Red alert, maximum shields. Have some coffee on me. Also, the ability to flick a button and turn your shields on. You know, shields up and you see them come on. On a level of cool factor, it's pretty high up there. So, I like the electric effect. It's a little large on the fighters, I think. And in my case, I think it should only be running maybe when it's recharging or something. Or maybe not be so prominent. But you know what? If that's what the mod author wants to do, it's cool with me. Friendly fire, I do believe, will pass through the shield. Let's check. Oh. Oh, no, it won't. Friendly fire does not pierce the shield. And it kicks off the reflective effect on it. Now, I wonder if we turn the turn off shield for friendlies real fast. Let's go do that. Will we still see the shield effect once we start taking damage? Yes, that's cool, okay. It's also kicking on the shield in the back. You can see the bigger shield kicking on. Oh, I love that effect. I don't remember the sci-fi that had that same, very similar effect to it. I don't know, I can't think of what it was. All right. What would happen if half a ship is inside the shield in the station and you turn it on? Well, we inadvertently tested that, and I will show you what happens. But first, let's mess around with the station version. So the station version is a little bit different than the ship version. It can be adjusted, it can be manipulated. So I'm gonna set myself right here. We're gonna grab the spectator cam and bring it on over, and we'll have a little bit of fun with it. So, there's the shield. Actually, that shield is still massive. Notice it didn't auto-scale to the size of the station itself. It doesn't seem to do that, unlike the ship version. But with the station shield, you can, and I was talking about this earlier, actually change the shape of it. So for instance, and I have not tested this on planets yet, you could potentially make a flat, wide shield for like maybe a base, a planet base. Maximum size is 300 meters, it looks like, which is a pretty good size for a station. And I believe you can do multiple generators. Let's see what happens if we do multiple generators. This may not be supported. I have not tested this yet. I can't imagine. Let's go all the way out. No, come on. Hello, Bueller. Oh, there's a sweet spot. Get the sweet spot. Boop, there we go. Let's put another shield generator over here. You could do two unconnected stations, I guess, and have overlapping shields, but let's see what happens if we do it this way. No, you can. You could totally have shield with a shield, but it's still pulling out the same power grid, so I imagine this little generator is really trying hard right now to run these. And if I check it real quick, let me switch to my character. Where is the generator? I bet you anything, the shield capacity on this is really weak sauce. Because it takes into account how much power you've got available, not just how much you're generating. And having these two draw power, I got a feeling you're gonna be real weak. Let's see, shield system. Station shield number 1, 45,000. That's actually not bad. Compared to the fighter, that's not bad. But compared to like that ship, the Hammerhead, I bet the Hammerhead's got like 2 million. Let's look. Shield. And he's still balancing this, 1.5 million. So there's your difference, right? You barely got any power on this. It's trying to run 2 of them. If I remove one, I bet it'll raise the power of the other one up. And you can manipulate it too. You can change that bar over. So, okay, I want more capacity and less recharge rate. Then you can slide that bar all the way over. You're gonna have to wait until it charges up because your capacity goes up so high. But let's jump on here. Add to missiles to shield wall ahead of soaking damage. Add to missile to shield walls. Oh, to like, Solus is talking about adding them to like the Happy Meals, the missile mod that we were using, where we can actually build a physical missile, throw it at people, and it would normally, we found, would get shot down before it could hit targets if they had any kind of turret. But this, yeah, you could potentially put one of these small ones on there, and depending on how much power you've got, it might have enough shielding to push through to the point. Now the question would be, would the missile bounce off the target? Because it does have impact. Like it will defend itself against impact damage. The missile wouldn't go off. I don't know. You'd have to really adjust that shield so it had just enough shielding to get through, but not so much that it wouldn't that would fail from hitting the detonator and going off. So, all right then. What were we doing? We were checking shields. No, it looks like the shield still has 45 max HP. I wonder if I take it off and I put it back on. I love the animation for it. A lot of mods, and he mentions this too, a lot of mods don't bother with animated blocks. And I think that is just a really badass. Not only is it got a cool effect, but It's animated. Like, that's really cool. We could even paint her too. Paint it red. Let it spin there. It's a little low in the way of detail compared to, say, most of the other blocks, but I shouldn't complain. You know what? It's already going above and beyond. So, pretty neat. There is a control panel. Some of these control panels don't work. Maybe he's fixed that recently. The most recent update was as of 2 a.m. this morning, my time, so it's getting updated really, really fast. Hopefully we'll have multiplayer support for this, because I'd love to have this. And I wonder, could you have both shield mods installed on your server? So for people who want to have like the skin tight shield that goes right against the skin of the ship versus the bubble shield, I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know what kind of issues that might cause, and it may kill your frame rate or your sim speed, but all right. So, we have looked at the station shield, the ability to change the field size. We've looked at the fighter shield and its crazy effect on there, which, you know what? Paint it red, hot rod red. Give me a block, just any block. It's got to match. There we go. I think it's time we begin our attack run. Is there anything else we should test before we start our attack run? I'm actually gonna park this on board the Hammerhead. We'll park it on the top somewhere, maybe on the back, while we're smoking. Coming in, and dock shut down. And it's still underneath our bubble shield, so. Have we fired at the shield yet? We have fired like small arms at it. You can see the ship's actually deflecting the rounds there, not taking any damage. I think you'll still notice that the bullet is actually hitting the hull, and you will get those little icons. What? Shield is overloaded? My butt cheeks. What's overloaded? Do we? Yeah, no, it's not overloaded. I can see the shield still online. Let's go ahead and board the Hammerhead gunship and prepare for our attack on the ISD. Once again, this is a beta, so make sure you guys, if you're gonna test this out, if you have crashes that you can recreate, send them over to the mod developer.
All wings reporting.
Does the explosive block damage the shield? I assume so. It should. I know he's rebalancing or working out voxel damage right now and how much damage voxels do, so when you ram into asteroids and stuff. As for explosives, here's the main bridge. The upper bridge or bottom? We'll stick to the bottom. Check our turrets, make sure we're online. Yes, you can have both of them, but it takes loads of power. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Missile turrets, bring you online. There should be a hostile block nearby, shouldn't there? Oh, I think it floated away because I rammed it earlier. No worries. We've got a Star Destroyer out there. Oh no! Well, I guess I didn't actually lock the, Here's our A-Wing. I guess I didn't actually lock that on there. I thought I did. All right, fire engines, let's move out. We'll leave the shield effect on so we can see it. I love that it's fairly close to the ship. Sadly, you can't change the scale of it on starships. That's probably for balance reasons. It gives the station version something special about it. So maybe both shields at once, the whole shield as a backup. I mean, a redundant shield system is probably not a bad idea as we approach the enemy target. It's probably not a bad idea. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit because you know it's gonna get loud once the rounds start flying. If they damage or destroy, you're pulling this to max firing range. I think the turrets are all online on the Star Destroyer, so we're gonna start cruising forward. We'll do a single pass, see how much damage we take, see that everything's online. Remember, if we do get a crash, this is in beta. This is still being tested. He just released the initial version of it, so. The shields are online. We actually have rocket pods, but I don't have them on my bar. Let's fix this problem right now. Weapon check. Oh, we gotta do a run. Still out of firing range. Friendly rockets pass through. Don't have to worry about them detonating on the surface. I'm about to have my Independence Day moment. That's negative. They detonated on the surface. Rockets away. We're taking a little bit of fire. We notice nothing is actually getting through. I love that the rockets actually do detonate on the surface as we pass by. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Last night we were able to make have 2 crashes when we were attacking the ISD. But that may have been fixed as of this morning. Because he even updated it this morning, fixing some of the crashing bugs. Let's check the shield damage. Kind of a little bit of a... we're still 100%, so we're still recharging faster than that thing could do damage to us. So we switch over to, say, a larger capacity, but a slower recharge rate. So now we're only recharging 11.5, so 11,500 shields per second. But we'll have a huge capacity to it. Let's go ahead and bring her back around. Kick on our... There we go. Now that wasn't everything that ISD has to offer. I think she's got more turrets. They just happen to be offline right now. Let's pop in. Oh, look at the bullet holes. I wish they could stop that so you wouldn't see the impacts when it comes to the Gatling cannons, but I think that might be something that's like hard-coded into the game. Are we all stopped? I want to make sure that ISD's got all our weapons online. Let's pop on over there and check our admin tools real quick. Make sure we have the ability to grab... no, not entity list. Was it cleanup? No, it was admin. Can use all terminals. There we go. Such a nice ability. Where's our Star Destroyer? I think she was only firing with like half her turrets. That's no good. Yeah, it's got tons of rocket turrets. So let's get on the inside of the bridge. Make sure they are all online, and then we're gonna do we're gonna ramming speed this sucker. So turrets, full bore down on it. All turrets online. What's your max range? And we'll turn the max range of these turrets up to 800. We did try this out with a couple of the weapon packs. Ow, 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 ow. She's got defensive turrets on the inside. Ow, my face. Ow, 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 ow. Teleported my body outside the ship. Let's get back on the bridge. Now keep in mind, these ships have a lot of reactors. That means it's a lot of shield power, so we might actually be able to tank this. Here we go. Just a course. I know, guys. I know it's a Victory class Star Destroyer. ISD is just, I say that as a general term. I probably shouldn't, but I do, because it's an Imperial Star Destroyer. It is a class of Star Destroyer. It is an ISD. It may not be the one, but... Here we go. Well, we'll do another pass. There's like 15 frickin' missile turrets on the top of that thing. Let's see if it can kill us. Let's exchange a little fire. We may crash here. Hopefully not, but that's the whole point of testing this. Let's get a spectator cam moment here. Dun, dun. Oh, we might bounce off the shield. Incoming rounds. Getting a little bit of slowdown. The rockets are all impacting on the surface. We're gonna bounce off. Bing! Totally bounced off. Now, if you were to do an impact with the other shield mod, that is like just game crushing when you do that. We actually bumped it and imparted enough force to move it. Look at all the rockets at the shield. All right, let's take the shield system and see how much damage we've taken. That is freaking cool. 50%. We have 50% shield damage. I'm not convinced that's all from damage. That may just be the fact that we're still charging up to the 5 million max. Not convinced, not convinced. How many reactors do we have on this thing? We've only got 5. Oh. Oh man, I thought we had way more than that on board this ship. So he has said that he's still balancing it. Sublight thrusters, full power. I think it's time, full bore ram it. See what kind of damage we can do. All right. Full power to sublights. We're going in. I love that sound of the ship like groaning from the acceleration. Oh, that's good. They have done some proper updates to Space Engineers. At least the audio side for sure. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Are we on target? We're on target. Except for this time, ISD shields are not down. Are almost into firing range. Yeah, we're still 700 out. Oh, adjust course. We're gonna go over. Good time to save, game. Good time to, oh my god. We're doing this. Switch to externals. Switch to externals. That many turrets. Space Engineers is like, what are you doing? Bump. Now fire rockets. Oh, that's the sim speed. Taken, just having a hernia. The turrets are intercepting the rockets before, barely after they get out of the tubes. Like they get out of the shield and then they're just done. All right, checking shield system real quick. Let's see how she held up. We just punted to Star Destroyer. They went down a little bit because we were at 51 before. We're still taking hits, 50, 49. So if we were here to like really duke it out. Now I wonder, it's an enemy grid, right? It stops enemy ships, but does it stop Space Engineers? I don't actually know. Let's get into firing range. We'll do a boarding party. Let's see if that happens. Just gonna get into firing range right here. We're gonna be the distraction. All right, braking thrusters are already on, though I think the ship just... Get off the bridge! Get off the bridge! I don't know if we can. There's too much fire. We're pushing the game to its limits. Oh, it's not having it. It's so not having it. Let's turn the audio down a bit because it's really having some problems. All right, we may have pushed this too far. I don't think the game's gonna be able to handle this. Let's see what it's telling me is slowing down the game. Too many blocks. I'll give you that. That Star Destroyer is actually quite large. Yeah, we can't break through it with just ramming it, so a little bit of balance needs to be done there. I'm gonna just mute the game audio because it is awful right now. Let's do this. Delete ship. Yes. There we go. Now it's just shooting at my face. Let's see if we can get through the shield. If we can even get near it because of the... Come on, come on, come on. We can go through the shield as a Space Engineer. Even a hostile one. Interesting. Boarding party. Ah, there's turrets back here too. Turrets all over this thing. So you can still have your boarding parties. Come in and maybe... Grab my weapon here. Try to take out... Where's our grinder? Try to take out the shield. There's the shield generator. Go for it. Go for it. Take down the shield. Shield's down. Now's the time to attack. Now's the time to attack. So, I don't know. There may be a little bit of balance needed, which he said he's working on. It feels like those shields stay up a long time. That was only like 4 or 5 generators, right? So, boarding party. We did manage. I can turn the audio back up. There we go. We did manage to board it, though. So many turrets on that thing. So many turrets. All right, guys. That's gonna wrap this one up, though. You can find the mod in the description below. It's pretty fantastic. We're just waiting now for the multiplayer. The multiplayer version of it to come out, which needs testing. So he says he's gonna be working on that. I think he's got it labeled as his 2.0 version release. And the rate at which he's updating it, I bet it comes out really soon. So super excited. All right, guys. If you have any comments to the mod author, leave it in the description. Hopefully he'll see this. I'll try to drop a link over on the mod. Give this a test. There's a bug report section over on the forum side of that mod. So drop like, hey, the game crashes when this happens. Hey, it slows down when this happens. So hopefully that he can work out any of the major bugs that come up. All right, guys. I will be streaming a little bit later on today for the Space Engineers Survival Series. As always, I won't be using this mod because that's a multiplayer series, even though I'll be playing solo today. This text isn't around. Thank you for hanging out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel for more sci-fi modding and gaming goodness. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Later, everybody.